This will be a day long remembered. Now I am the master.
Welcome to another episode of Legends and Theories. And welcome to my review of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, Season 1, Episodes 9 and 10, titled Your Menace and Your Destiny. And honestly, this is a really good finale. I think that it had some interesting things in it, with the most interesting thing being that Spider-Man is a time loop in this, where it's also kind of like a paradoxical time loop where Spider-Man has to exist for the time loop to begin, but if he doesn't exist, then the time loop can't happen because the spider powers are based off of Peter's powers themselves. So no, it's a confusing time loop. So since I don't feel like thinking too much on it, I'm not. But just going into this, honestly, it's pretty interesting to see everything here. Then just go into just how absolutely chaotic it is that there's just this the time loop is I just really just can't get past that. It's just so weird. But besides that, it is pretty interesting. There is a surprising cameo from Richard Parker at the end, a character that outside of stuff said before or really young in Peter's life, like just the awful, awful movie Madam Web from last year. I think it's just about a year old now, and I have not watched it since that first time I saw it. I just remember he was in it, and it wasn't good. But yeah, just going to this. It's interesting that he's here. He's alive while Peter is alive, and he's typically either dead or presumed dead, like he was in the Amazing Spider-Man movies, where well, technically he is dead to all intent. But if you do watch a deleted scene, there is a scene where it's revealed that Richard Parker is alive and he talks to Peter, and it's a really great scene, which I do think is disappointing. It was cut from that movie, which helped him return to stop the Rhino in that. But in this one, first one, yeah, he goes up against Scorpion again. That one is honestly just really great, and seeing him nearly go too far and then actually have Tombstone hold him back. And then we get some of the more sinister intentions of Norman Osborn towards the end, where yeah, he's creating the spider, but also he is wanting to just really weaponize everything. And then there's also just a really, really great scene with Doc Ock where he's gloating, and Doc Ock is basically like, "Yeah, I'm going to, he's like, I'm going to be a genuine genius, and you just steal from me." And Norman's like, "Yeah, I don't care how you think this is awesome, and thanks for all your technology." So yeah, honestly, that was just really amazing. And then going into the last one, yeah, it's a time loop, but it is interesting going up against the symbiotes and a small piece of the Venom. Well, will eventually be the Venom symbiote because obviously I technically haven't said it yet, but yeah, it's the Venom symbiote. So that's interesting. There's also the fact that one of the students is actually a superhero and was undercover for Daredevil, and that makes things interesting there. And then just going through so much more of it. It's just it was an interesting final fight. He teams up with Doctor Strange, and at first, he, he isn't too sure what to think of him, and then the symbiote goes and attacks, and it gets to a pretty interesting point, and I'm excited to see where they continue. Him going away from Merman is basically him saying that yeah, he's willing to do some more risky things. Although I don't feel like they still did super well, where he's more apologetic, and I feel like they should have seen him do something a little more suspicious that would have got Peter to question him. but not too suspicious to have caused too many conflicts with Harry. And Harry sets up this new group for a bunch of these smart people to go to that isn't Oscorp, so they name it Web, which is a little on the nose, especially since Spider-Man is sort of the inspiration, well, for it in terms of it's to kind of help him out in a way. So honestly, that's interesting. And then a little cameo from Daredevil was nice. And just honestly, the most interesting thing is that final Richard Parker cameo and the fact that Doc Ock is now, well, planting his arms. And I don't know if we're going to see Peter wear the black suit in this. I mean, I would like to see it, but it's been done a bunch, and I'm assuming they're going to be also doing it in the MCU itself. So we'll see about that. I feel like it could just go to a host to be the Oscorp Spider-Man. So, yeah, honestly, I'm interested to see where they go with this. It was an interesting pair of episodes, and overall entertaining. Just, man, I just feel like that time loop is just overly convoluted, and it could have just been the traditional radioactive spider just biting him, and it didn't need to be this convoluted time loop. So, yeah, honestly, that's it. Really enjoyable, and I want to know what you think. Please let me know in the comments, and I'll see you on the next episode of Legends and Theories. Thank you for watching this episode of Legends and Theories. Please subscribe, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, check out the video on screen, and may the Force be with you.